Hey, welcome to Android Dialogues, where we have bite-sized conversations with people in the Android community. I'm Huyen and I'm speaking with
Florina Muntenescu.
And we are currently in Berlin for Droidcon Berlin. Florina, where are you based and how'd you get started in Android?
I'm based in Berlin, and I started with Android something like 5 years ago, actually. At the beginning, I was a Symbian C++ developer and also doing Android on the side during my master's. And then, luckily, Nokia gave up on Symbian, so I could do something that's even cooler. This was really cool. So, Android, yeah.
Awesome. And so you actually spoke at Droidcon Berlin. What was your topic on?
Model view model and RxJava and how well they mix.
Oh, nice. So I feel like we've heard a lot about MVP in the community. So tell me, what's MVVM?
Okay, I'll tell you first why we needed it, because maybe that's more important. I work at Upday. That's a news application, and let's say in the first 4 or 5 months when we started building it, we ended up going through 4 different designs. Now we're actually building the 5th, and we realized that we need a pattern that allows us to react fast at these kind of design changes. And also, we are 10 developers now, so we need to react fast. We need to build things that are as distributed as possible.
Right.
And we need a pattern that allows us to do this with the UI part. So we were pretty much familiar with MVP. So with MVP, you have the view and you have the presenter, and there's a one-on-one connection between these two. So the view has a reference to the presenter has a reference to the view. When you're talking about more complex views, then I think things get a bit more complicated with MVP. So that's why we decided to use MVVM. So the main difference between MVVM and MVP is the fact that the view knows about the view model, but the view model just exposes streams of data, and actually it has no idea who consumes it. So if you have more complex views, you can separate your code better, so you can have a smaller view with a smaller view model inside a bigger view with its own view model. And if that bigger view needs to know some data about the small one, then it can just register to these events from the small view model. So actually, the view model has no idea who consumes the data. It can be its own view, it can be unit tests, for example, or it can be another view model.
Oh, interesting. So you said streams of data. So is that where the
Rx comes in place? Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Because practically, this MVVM pattern was exactly built for event-driven systems. So yeah, okay. You can do event with something else, like, I don't know, threads, or I won't say async tasks. No one does that, right? I hope no one does that. Or event bus, but I think Rx is the one that fits better. Also, if you see about how the Android community evolved in the last few years, you can see that the testing tends to be more and more important.
Yes, it's absolutely.
And I think both Rx and also MVVM allows you to do this, allows you to unit test everything. So for me, this is also one of the biggest advantages of Rx, that it's easy to just, do your own test subscriber and then test the emissions, test that indeed the stuff that you're building works as you're expecting.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So testability and being able to break it down into smaller components. That's really cool. So if someone were interested, like what is the deciding factor, do you think, between, so for you, it was that kind of, breaking things down and testability. Is there anything else that someone who may be using MVP but may not be quite finding that it fits, or maybe they're just starting a new application and want, to figure out which architecture they want to choose. Is there anything in particular that you think, other than those 2 things, that might indicate to someone that MVVM might be for them?
The best approach, yeah. I would say these are the biggest 2. And for me, okay, you can use MVC, you can use MVP, you can use MVVM, but as long as you separate your data and as long as you keep your Android classes as logic-free as possible, your views as stupid as possible, I think that's what matters, because then you can unit test everything, you can do Espresso or whatever other test for the Android part, and test.
So definitely, if you're interested in MVVM, we'll post a link to Florina's slides in the show notes. If people wanted to find you on the internet, where can they do that?
Well, I would say GitHub, LinkedIn, and we actually right now also are building a tech blog. So that's where we at Upday want to post some more cool stuff of the, let's say, problems that we faced and the solutions that we found. And I'm pretty sure that if I spent 3 hours digging on something, other people have also.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll post a link to that as well. That sounds really awesome, especially if you are embarking on your MVVM journey. Definitely something to check out. I think I will too. So thank you so much, Florina.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.